Welcome back, everyone. This is Akanar here with more Elden Ring. We're here at the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, where we left off last time after taking down decayed Exikes. And I have been mulling over the options, the very, very cool options that we were looking at the end of the last episode. And I think I want to try out this Agiel's Flame. I know we kind of made the decision that we were going to maybe trend away from the Dragon Communion spells. We sort of specced out of Arcane that we had invested into when we did our respec with Renala. But at the same time, we are using Rune Arcs now, so we are a lot closer to using Dragon Communion once again. Many of these spells we can just still use, even without spending any actual attribute points in Arcane. And in the case of Agiel's Flame, it would only take the America's Scar Seal to get us over that Arcane requirement. But also, I gotta say that being able to jump and cast a spell is something that I gotta see. I have to see exactly what this looks like. We're gonna offer the 2 Dragon Hearts to make Agiel's Flame thine own. I wanna try this out. I don't know if it's gonna make it into our main rotation, but you don't know until you try. There's the sound of our character eating those Dragon Hearts, and or we're eating the flame and making it our own. I don't know exactly what's going on, but let's try out our new dragon spell here. We're going to, what's going on with the Banished Knight there? Was he doing a little jumping around unexpectedly? Where is the Side of Grace? Here it is. Let's sit down and spec into our brand new Dragon Communion spell. Is this going to take, I wonder, is it going to take 2 slots? It only takes the 1 slot, so we don't have to throw out the Flame of the Fell God necessarily. Let's, this is probably just going to be temporary, so let's swap out the Flame Cleanse Me. And then we will also temporarily switch over to Marika's Scar Seal instead of Radagon's. I think, now this does put us over heavy load, but so let's not, we're gonna test this out against this enemy here, and I don't want to be fat rolling when we do that, just in case. Now, let me read the spell one more time to remind myself exactly what we do. We can extend its duration by charging, and then we can also use it while jumping. Let's just try it out. Let's see if we, what happens here when we are using Agiel's Flame. It does give us, okay, it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar to Dragonfire, actually. Now, if we hold it, if we charge, it feels a lot like Dragonfire, but we are getting a little bit of elevation at the same time. It's cool. Now let's try doing some jumping here. Oh, I guess we can sort of change. Oh, I didn't think at first. I didn't think of the possibility of redirecting the spell vertically. So we can steer it left and right, but we can also steer it up and down. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right, this guy, I think, wants some, I think he wants some of the action. He's pretty resistant to fire. He's not the most, He's got some durability when it comes to fire, and he also can just knock us out of the air. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get you, I'm trying to impress you with my flame. Oh, he's the one that's gonna impress me with the flame if I'm not careful here. Backed up against the wall. This is like one of the most dangerous sites of grace that we've come across. Because there's an enemy that is, you know, we're obviously a lot stronger than we used to be, but these guys can still fuck you up. The Banished Knights do not mess around, and it's right next to a Site of Grace. So you have to be on your P's and Q's. Okay, I am I have to say I'm just a little bit underwhelmed, at least against that enemy when it comes to the Agiel's Flame. It might not be the right enemy to try it against, There are a lot of other enemies out here in the scarlet-infested, rot-infested Caelid wilds that are, I think, much more susceptible to flame. And so maybe... Wait a second. Why did that not work there? I thought I jumped, and I pressed L1. Is it because I jumped from too high? You can't do it from too high of a height. Oh, that's even more unfortunate. I thought you were going to be able to, like, jump, like, get a good high point and then unleash the Dragon Fury, but it doesn't work. You have to be on the ground. Boy, that is... I can't even jump from, like... Well, okay, that one I can do it. You can get just a little bit of height. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna... Should we leave that on our... The problem now is the spell does require 15 arcane. I think if we realistically want to put this and other Dragon Communion spells back into our main rotation, I really do like... Even though... I really like the Radagon Scar Seal. I don't know that I want to just be replacing that and going full spell. Full focus on spells. Like, I'm going to think about it. I like the Radagon Scar Seal. And I like our devoted fire build that we've got going, even if it means that we're not going to get to fully enjoy Agiel's Flame. We'll see. We'll see how we go. We've got respec. The ability to respec. We've got the ability to spec up a couple points into Arcane if I really, really, really want to. We'll think about it. Well, we're going to switch gears here, though, before we move on with the rest of... continuing in Caelid, we are going to switch gears just for a moment here. I've got a note that I want to take care of a little bit of housekeeping with the mausoleums. Something that I had done off camera, and I had not talked about it yet because I forgot to make a note of it. But I haven't done anything crazy. But one of the things that we had wondered about a while ago was, or one of the questions that I have, this is another one of these questions that could be easily answered by going to a wiki page, but I, of course, avoid doing that for reasons that you all know at this point. But I wanted to check and see, when we were at these mausoleums before, there was only one of them that we had, where we were able to, do the other boss soul option for Godric's boss soul. And it was the mausoleum out here in Tombsword. And my question at the time was, is each mausoleum, how is this going to work for boss souls that we get in the future? Are we going to be able to do, each mausoleum has the ability to do, you could potentially get the other option for multiple boss souls at a single mausoleum, but you can only do it once? Does that make sense if I explain that correctly? Or is each mausoleum dedicated to one particular boss soul? And so you have to find a separate mausoleum for every single boss soul that you want to duplicate. I think it might be the former, because if we examine the menu here, we do have the ability to select either Godric's or Renala's boss soul. Now, what we want to check, though, what I have not checked just yet, is what about the other mausoleums? I only came to this mausoleum out here in the Weeping Peninsula, and I have not yet investigated the mausoleum compound. So let's look at these others and see if I have to guess. These mausoleums are not going to have any options for, it's not rebirth. It's, what's the term? What's the term for using or getting the other option from the boss soul? I don't know what the terminology is, but the question of whether or not you can utilize one boss soul at multiple mausoleums, looks like that's not the case. Okay. There's probably going to be... It may be, for all I know, it could just be these 3 mausoleums, There is a mausoleum still down in the Liurnia Lake. Where's the other... The other mausoleum was actually down in this direction. Boy, that is a beautiful sunset. I wasn't sure if it was a sunrise or a sunset, but man. This zone. I want to figure out the mysteries here, and I want to eventually do some backtracking in Rea Lucaria and maybe some other places in Liurnia. Eventually. But I am enjoying pressing into a new zone as well. Let's quickly check this mausoleum. This is not a super big deal for the current boss souls that we have, because neither Godrick's nor Renala's boss soul are really... We got the fist weapon from Godrick's soul, and that's about the only one for our build that those boss souls offer. We're not doing the sorcery thing, and the... I mean, we might be able to do... I kind of forgot what the other option was exactly. It was an axe, right? A big strength axe. We're trending more in the strength direction, but we're still much more of a faith build. So I don't think any of those options are ones we're super concerned about. But we have a little bit better idea now of how the mausoleum system works. So that's good to know. It does make sense that they would have, you know, an RPG is all about making choices and decisions on sometimes limited resources, and it does seem like the mausoleums are going to be one of those limited resources. You're only going to get one shot to duplicate the boss soul, so choose wisely is the lesson there. So now let's switch gears. The other bit of housekeeping / backtracking that I do want to engage in is here at the jail cave. As I was going over my footage from last time, I realized that there was a bit here at the beginning of the cave that we did not go back to explore. There was a locked cell up here before we fell into the heart of the cave. Somewhere around here, there was a locked cell. There were also... I don't remember these. These kind of look like... I might have rolled into these when we were here before, but I'm starting to be much more suspicious of what would otherwise be normal cave walls. Now, okay, one thing that I had avoided was walking on this floor because it did look like it was a collapsible floor. We're going to try that in just a moment. The first thing that I wanted to do, though, was... I wanted to go into, I think, this door in front of us. I think this was the door that was closed previously. Question mark? I'm not totally sure. Maybe not. Maybe not. I guess... So we might have already explored this and I just didn't quite... I don't think I quite made the connection that we were going back to a place we had already been. Or was this the one that was closed? I really am a little bit unsure. But we're at least, you know, we're making sure. That's why we're here. This is part of playing the game. Okay, that was where we fell in to start the jail cave. So we're good, I think, except for seeing if there's another sus floor. Is this over here? Is this part of the cave actually a sus floor? No. All right, there we go. Jail cave is actually done. So we can now officially, I can cross that off my list now that I have sated my curiosity. So where do we go from here? We've made it to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, and I think it probably makes sense for us to begin. We had sort of explored up to the Caelid Waypoint Ruins, and why don't we kind of start from there and work our way south, and we'll just keep combing across the wonderful, beautiful Caelid landscape. We love it here, don't we? It is just the best. The absolute best. Apparently I have some runes to pick up. So maybe we'll just grab those. I think it's like, I don't know, 500 runes or something. 62. Totally glad. My day would have been ruined if we didn't pick those up. All right, so this is where X-Ikes was hanging out. So we want to head north from here. Ooh, I immediately, the first thing I see is a star dial. Let's check it out. And maybe get some starlight shards. Ooh, this is actually an epic. This is an epic item over here. What do we got? Oh, starlight shards are an epic. I did not remember that. I've not used them very much. I guess from a strict rarity standpoint, then classifying them as an epic is not wrong. I just have not. Where would you, if you were utilizing this? Usually an item like starlight shards is well, I don't know. I don't know what usually is. I suppose it makes sense for it to be a somewhat rare item because you've got your flasks. Most of the time you are just drinking your flasks and you sort of don't want life gems. Almost fell down there. Like that was kind of a problem in retrospect. I think with Dark Souls 2 that I heard some people talking about is that the whole life gem mechanic was, it kind of made flasks obsolete. You all of a sudden you had this ability to heal yourself, and it was unlimited. You could just have as many of them as you wanted, and it really just, it took away one of the key fundamental parts of navigating your way through a Souls game, which is spacing out your limited heals. Now in Elden Ring, they've made that. They've maybe done a similar thing by replenishing your flasks when you kill large groups of enemies, but that's only out here in the overworld. They don't do it once you get inside of dungeons or castles. So when it comes to an actual collectible item that you can just have in your bags, they didn't want to overdo it, whether it was life gems or FP gems, and that's what you have, I guess, with warming stones as well as the starlight shards. You find them, they're in the game, and they're there when you need them in a pinch, but you don't want to lean on them as this completely overabundant resource. There is a graveyard up here. A graveyard with are these just regular zombie dudes, or are they hollows? These are hollows, aren't they? Wait, these are hollows with like a different type of what type of helmet do you guys have? This guy doesn't have a helmet, but that one dude had like it looked like a World War II style helmet. Unless that was just his hair. No, these guys here. Maybe he just had this weird hat on. I feel like that hat is different than what we've seen before, though. All right. What the hell? Where did you come from? Oh, okay. Dude has a flaming sword. That's cool. Yeah. I see you. I see you. Oh my gosh, you hit so hard. The flaming sword hits hard. I don't want to get hit by that sword. You stomping on me is not as big of a concern, but the sword is kind of a concern. Whoa, shit. Oh my god, he leaves lava on the ground. Similar to us. He's kind of got the same game plan. Okay. the blood got flowing there when I realized how much damage we were taking from a stone digger troll. What? Okay, what is happening here? Okay, that escalated so quickly. Oh man, my heart is racing. Hello, Elden Ring. Elden Ring has a way. It just has a way about it. It knows how to. It's such a well-designed game in that, we're just out here in a graveyard. How many of these graveyards have we been to? You know, 15, 20, whole bunch of these in many different parts of the game. And they're always, up to this point, they're always just, you know, oh, okay, there's going to be some hollows here, maybe some exploding glowworms, you know, it's just a place where you get to pick up a whole bunch of golden runes, no big deal. And then all of a sudden, stone digger troll with flaming sword. What? And then I look at my health bar and I'm like, okay, that took half my health when he hit me. I'm actually scared now. I shouldn't be that scared. We have 16 rune arcs and we have like 10 at vendors. So we're not starving for rune arcs. It's not nearly as limited of a resource as starlight shards, as our FP gems. So don't be that scared. But I also hate dying. I do not like dying. I know, like, it doesn't, ultimately, I don't, it's not something that is overriding a ton of my thinking. I'm not constantly like, oh my god, like we could totally run away. I think I actually did this in Sekiro more often than I should have, probably. But Sekiro was also different in the way that you lost your souls and whatever. But anyway, what am I saying? I am saying that when it comes to dying, you could totally, if you were trying to have 0 deaths, you know, if the boss fight against, arterial leaf. If the boss fight against decayed X-Ikes goes bad, like it did that first attempt, we could have totally just saddled up and got out of dodge. Go back to the side of grace. Totally avoid the death, right? Could have done that. And I did, because, you know, we're sticking with the boss fight. It's no big deal. There is another banished knight hanging out down here. Okay. In addition, unless this is the same one that he just eventually patrols down here, overlooking, just hanging out with the birds. Oh, you know what? This is actually kind of interesting. First of all, it might be the same exact guy. I'm a little bit curious to check. Is there a second banished knight, or does this guy actually patrol all the way through? I'm not seeing the knight, or I'm not seeing a knight patrolling around the cathedral. Okay, so he does not just patrol in a circle like I had sort of thought he did. He actually patrols out over here, where he is looking. Random shit dying, thank you. He is looking to the Church of Dragon Communion, isn't he? Is that what he's doing? Is that the Church of... No, he's looking... No, he is looking out in this direction. He's, I think, looking at the Church of Dragon Communion. I could be wrong, but that feels like the direction. I think it sort of makes sense. Maybe. Actually, no, the Dragon Communion's over here. All right, I may be completely full of it. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows what this dude is looking at, dreaming about, scheming about? But we just now picked up our buff for extra runes. So, flame, grant me strength. Oh, I took my torch off my bar, so I can just switch directly over to the turtle shield. Shh, nobody say anything. His shield is sturdy, isn't it? My goodness. My goodness. He does, when he spews that dragon breath spell, when he spews that dragon, we got the greaves, nice. I think we have the full outfit now. That's cool. When he spews, and there's a Mikola's Lily over here. A Mikola's Lily. He when he spews the fire, we see the dragon communion symbol, don't we? The seal. Okay, that's cool. Mikola's Lily. That reminds me. I have sort of forgotten a very important detail when it comes to the lore that we are trying to track down here in Caelid. As I do a little bit of farming for four-toed Falfeet. The lore here in Caelid is very Radon-centric, and it's also very Melania-centric. And we had sort of, I think we had learned last time, or deduced, that she is the goddess of rot. But what I had forgotten, she's the Blade of Mikola. She is the Blade of Mikola. That's a very, very important detail that I had sort of let slip my mind. Okay, there is a set of ruins here. I'm wondering all of a sudden if there's going to be a deathbird. Deathbird? Well, that's a bird. It's not a deathbird. There is a Knight's Cavalry, though. There's a Knight's Cavalry. All right. Very annoyed by this dragonfly. More than I should be. But I'm going to leave it. I'm going to have mercy on it. I'm going to have mercy because we are going to focus on taking on the Knight's Cavalry. Give me my seal. I don't want a two-hand. I don't want a two-handed shield. We are going to bust out some Frenzy Burst here. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? It's still nighttime, right? Did he... What the hell? Is he not just patrolling up and down the road? Did he patrol off to the side of the road? It's still nighttime. What am I missing here? Confusion. Oh, he went over here. Okay, okay. So I guess there is... Ooh, I see a golden seed down there, which is, you know, not nearly as exciting as it would have been one golden seed ago. I am a little worried about taking you on next to a big old birdie boy. The birdie boys are kind of looking the other way. Maybe that's on purpose to allow us to engage in the fight against a Knight's Cavalry unimpeded. This one has a flail. Bring me my flail. Did he just do the horsey headbutt? Did he just pull that move on us? Okay, we need some stamina. He does not get stunned. He does not get stunned by our, Whoa, he actually kind of overjumped. He jumped past us. Okay. Let's drink. Let's also drink our Flask of Wondrous Physics, shall we? Where'd he go? What's he doing? Why does the AI bug out like this? Are you serious? Are you serious? Dude. Dude. Well, This is a little awkward, guys. How long do you think we can? How long do you think we can sit here before somebody? It's not you. It's me. You have a. I really like this helmet of yours, by the way, and your little sort of necklace chest piece that you've got going on. Your horse has literally no head, but you know, would I expect any less from such a wonderful individual? Okay, all right, now we're just getting silly. This is getting silly. What? What is going on here? Perfectly, completely, 100% fine video game. No bugs or flaws whatsoever. You can actually damage us there by the little, whatever is going on with this Knight's Cavalry right now. I'm trying to cheese it. I am trying to cheese it, but I'm at this point more likely to just die from being stomped on. Well, okay. This has been fun. This has been fun. Moving right along, I guess. All right, we're gonna reset this. We're gonna reset this fight because I want to have the actual fight. I wanna win fair and square. I don't really, in my heart of hearts, I don't want to cheese things. But when a prime cheese, see, that was not just a prime cheese opportunity, right? That's there's some content to be had there as well. So you can't pass that up. All right, let's rest. Knight's Bugged Cavalry. What a fun time. Let's try that again, shall we? I don't know exactly what we did. I don't know how we would go about replicating that. If we wanted to. We're going to do this. Does he already see me? No, he's just turning around. He's just turning around, I think. What am I don't press the right buttons. Switching items when I should be using them. There's too many buttons to press with this build. That's actually a pretty good strat, is to, like, you know, boost past him when he jumps at you. Sorry, Torrent. Appreciate you taking the hit for me there. Okay. All right, I want to use Magma Guillotine. Magma Guillotine time. Needed you to come a little closer. I was hoping you would step in there on me. Not there. All right, you know what? You know what? God damn it. Don't think you're gonna bug out on me again. You're not getting out of this one. You are not getting out of this one, dude. Not this time. You can only bug your way out of a fight one time. That's the limit. Anything beyond that is illegal. Out of my game, dork. Ash of War, Poison Moth Flight. Poison Moth Flight? What? There's some weird shit in this game. There's some really freaking cool stuff, and there's some weird stuff. Would it be Elden Ring if it wasn't that way? Was there anything that we forgot about on these Banished Knight? On the Banished Knight armor, any interesting tidbits there that we have not read before? I think we know what that is all about. The Fierce Warriors. Misfortune or misdeed. Who knows what it was. Poison Moth Flight, though, gives the poison affinity. I think this might be the first poison affinity that we've received. Poison Moth Flight slash with a poison-infused blade. If the follow-up strike lands on a poisoned foe, it will deal significant damage. That's interesting. Part of the problem... Actually, I've never tried a poison build before, I gotta say. So I think maybe I had always assumed that this was part of the problem. I don't know that this is for sure. But I had always thought, well, if you give yourself a poison infusion, that's all well and good once you poison the enemy. That's all well and good building up poison. But once you poison the enemy, assuming that you can even poison the enemy, because there's so many bosses it felt like that just had poison immunity out the wazoo. But once you deal the poison, or inflict it, your affinity becomes sort of useless. Like, cool, I poisoned the boss. Now I just have a normal subpar weapon. But now, once it's poisoned, it actually, like, it's a payoff. They have become vulnerable via poison. Huh. I think that is... It classifies this in... You've got the frost skills. Poison affinity, blood affinity, cold affinity. Those are all on the same, or part of the same category. I guess that makes sense. They're all status ailments. And then you've got occult affinity on its own. I do the shield affinities. I really do need to spend more time thinking about how we would... It's just so much fun doing the magma guillotine. And it's like, why waste time thinking about our Ashes of War when I can't even use them on the weapon that I've got? Okay, let's go back and refill our flasks. We got our Knight's Cavalry is out of here. Cool. We're off to a fun start here. This is... I'm having a good time here. Starting our day with... Well, I'm starting my day with Elden Ring. I don't know if you all are starting your day with Elden Ring. Whatever time of day you are watching this, I hope you are having a great day. I hope that you are having just as much fun as I am right now. Or even if you're not having fun, even if you are doing something that, you know, you have to do. And you're just using this as just keeping you company while... as background noise, whatever the case may be, I'm glad that you have me along for the ride. And I'm glad that we're out here. I went way too far back. I did not mean to go as far back as I did. I meant to go to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. But we're taking down Knights Cavalries. We are taking on flaming swords, Stone Digger, Troll, Flaming Swords. We are... You know what I really need is I need a mosquito killer. I need something that can just deal with mosquitoes. I think that's what I want. Which we can do if we have some of these bone darts or something. Throwing daggers, maybe. I have quite a few of these throwing daggers. I think I'm just gonna equip this because I don't want to waste magic. That makes no sense, actually. We got 6 flasks, and we refill them as we're going along. Why am I worried about wasting FP just because it's a mosquito. This thing deserves, it deserves the frenzied burst. Every single one of these mosquitoes can suffer the fiery fate that they have coming to them. Okay, we also need to do a little bit of bird farming here and there because we are popping these foul feet left and right, and we need some replacements. So you know what? We're going to do some frenzy burst on your asses as well. How do you like that? There you go, four-toed foulfoot. See? It's probably the case that using a frenzied burst adds a 50% chance to loot a four-toed foulfoot. Probably. Wait, there's an arterial leaf here. Oh my god. That's, so far, I think, what? The Exalted Flesh, that's what we use arterial leaves for. We have not been using that too much, the Exalted Flesh. Maybe we should be using those more. Is it time to take on a big bird? Time to take on some more big birds and explore this area down here? I think maybe so. Now, we are trending back toward Redmane Castle. If we go in that direction. And I kind of do. Like, I want to explore all of this. I'm just not sure yet when we're getting back to the Radon Festival. At this point, it's kind of whenever the mood strikes. Kind of whenever I'm just feeling the urge. Or when I've just lost a rune arc. Dude, wait. Oh my god, is he attacking the dog? Did he just... What is he doing? Or is he getting ready to attack me? Oh my god, he's on my case. They can cover some ground. Oh my god. They can cover some ground. I am running into his crotch. Not a smart move. Ideally, we don't want to be running into diseased, rotting bird crotches. You know, some of you out there might be into that. I'm not going to judge. I'm going to personally try to avoid that game plan. This freaking place, though. The Caelid Wilds. I don't want to go after this guy first because he summons the other doggos. Okay, I'm keeping my eyes peeled for other diseased crows, but I want to make my way around to this side and not be too close to the other doggy. But I do want to have line of sight as I've lost my the biggest downside of this flame grant me strength is of course that it no, I didn't mean to cast it twice. It only lasts 30 seconds. Only 30 seconds. No! Okay, everybody's here. The whole party is here. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. Holy shit, I don't want to run this way. Oh no. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? Bad idea. That guy was watching and I didn't realize it. Okay, we can do some kiting of the AI here. This will be fine. This will be fine. Okay, being on torrent against these guys is actually a really good idea. It looks like we can actually circle strafe them pretty nicely. Circle strafe. Circle strafe. Okay, hold on. Hold on here. No! God damn it. God damn it. Oh my gosh, I'm getting stuck in a bad loop. Ah, no. Oh, where was my circle strafing, man? You know, that's the worst feeling. One of the worst feelings when you are stun locked, when you are in a position there where nothing that you press, that is the big drawback of horseback. And I think why I have trended away from horseback riding, because when you do get stuck in that situation, you know, I maybe am not a skilled enough pilot and I'm just running around using camera lock way too much and I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. And I probably ran myself into the dead end there and I have nobody to blame but myself. But we really had no chance. Once we got in that position, I mean, maybe I was spamming the wrong button. I don't know what button I'm supposed to spam there. I was spamming sprint / roll and it was doing nothing. I'm like, can my character please decide to move? Torrent, would you please like to move? Once they get you stuck in the corner there, and there's like 2 or 3 enemies like that, it's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, dog. Okay, all right. Well, what was that earlier that I was saying about when we were going to do the Radon Festival? I was thinking, do we want to do the Radon Festival when we lose a rune arc? Wouldn't that be like the perfect time? The perfect time to go after and take on Radon again is when we've lost the rune arc. No! Get my runes, please. Jesus Christ. I know I was like moseying in there casually, knowing that there was a bird about to jump on my head, but I thought I'm just gonna pick up the runes and then I'm gonna dash away. This will be fine. And then I didn't pick up the runes. Everything's fine, guys. Everything is perfectly fine right now. Dude, the bird has not given up. The bird is still on our tail. This thing is crazy. This thing is crazy, dude. Holy goddamn shit. This thing does not give up. I would not have expected this far of a, my guess normally, dude, it really has not given up. How far would this thing chase you? Could we kite this thing to Limgrave? These things they just literally do not give up. Wow. Also, look at the Church of Dragon Communion. The Church of Dragon Communion has taken on a new look all of a sudden. Oh. The telescope fixes it. Don't look at it. Okay, I think I need a second here to regroup. I need a second to let the fear and frustration of the last few minutes of gameplay to just sort of seep away. Just need a little calm. Do some 2 breaths in, 1 breath out. That physiological sigh, letting the nervous system come back down to a normal resting state and figure out what I want to do next. What we are going to do is we are going to get revenge. That is the best course of action here. Just get even. Find a way to get even with these assholes. I will worry about deploying a rune arc here eventually. I'd like to get a little bit back into the flow of taking down one of these motherfuckers first, and then we can pop a rune arc. Actually, I'm curious to see, does a rune arc actually fill up? I think it might fill up all of your stuff. It might fill up your health and your FP. That's actually a pretty good reason to do that second, or to take out the enemy first, and then see what happens when you use one of these bad boys. Ah, okay. It does not fill it up all the way, but it fills in the portion that it is adding to your reservoir, which is cool, I suppose. Now, maybe what we should be doing, should we be attacking this from a whole different angle? Like I should maybe head down in this direction. Maybe I was I also totally forgot about this golden seed until just this moment. I don't know exactly how many golden seeds we need for the next upgrade, but it is it's not going to be for a while. I do see a big old red eyes doggo out there though. And it is middle of the day, well, morning time. So it has nothing to do with being at night, as in the demi-humans and their red eyes coming out only at night. Hopefully the pale doggy cannot see me from here. That is what I am counting on. What I was not counting on was my... I'm running out of magic. There we go. I might be out of range. We are testing the limits here of Frenzy Burst. There we go. Trying to get a couple more casts while we still have the Flame Grant Me Strength. And that was a successful. Now, that was a success, I should say. Now we can take on, I think, the Pale Doggy, because he only summons the one extra friend. And then he is done. Man, that Magma Guillotine is really, really impactful. It might just be a better idea to just hit him once with the Frenzied Burst and then go straight up Magma Guillotine. Oh, and an Arterial Leaf. There you go. Might be the better thing to do, is just go straight for the Guillotine. All right, I thought I went for the charge attack there, and I was unable to avoid getting hit that last time, but we definitely avoided the fate that we did before because we were smarter this time. It pays to think things through and plan out ahead of time, and also learn from your experience of getting run up against a wall by a wild pack of dogs. Those dirty dogs. All right, moving along. We picked up a golden seed. Let's do our trickle heal, and let's saddle back up. We are now approaching this the portion that we reached before only by Sending Gate. We were up in way over in Fort Gale, and then we took a Sending Gate, and it took us all the way past all of this nonsense to the I guess the tower. It's not really so much a tower as it is like a scouting outpost. I hear a scarab. Oh, it does quite a few birds to kill down there. I think we might do some of that. Ooh, and I think I see a catacombs. Okay. Ooh, and there's somebody on horseback. Okay, there is a lot going on down here. There's a fair bit going on. This guy has a flaming halberd. Spear. The Redmanes love their fire, and I can see why, because it is very effective against the stuff out here in Caelid. So, with that in mind, do we want to spend any of our runes at the Nomadic Merchant? I think we will hold off on that. Let's just keep making our way down here since we are in the neighborhood. There was some loot. Oh yeah, we've got the zombie dogs here first to deal with. Let's take them out and get the fan daggers. Have we never picked up fan daggers before? It says new. I think these were at a vendor. I think this has happened before where I've seen an item at a vendor, but I didn't buy it. And then it shows up later in my inventory, and I'm like, we've seen those before. Although I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. Concealed weapon cherished by the Raptor Assassins. The Raptor Assassins. As in, like, from the Raven Mount folks? The dude that was fighting with Yura, and he used the, Ash... What was it? The Raptor... The Miss Raven move, except it was Raptor something. The thin knives fan out when thrown, dealing damage to the target. Each knife deals paltry damage, but the wide range makes it suitable for constraining enemies. That might be the first time that we've seen that item. And I do want to remind myself what was the Ash of War. This guy, Raptor of the Mists. The Raptor Assassins, huh? This guy could be... Red Eyes is always a little bit scary. Never mind. Not to be feared. At least not as much as I thought. Whoa! Okay! He went frenzy mode there. I had not seen that move before. That was something. We'll try to stay to the south of the road here and work our way over here in the direction of what I presume to be a catacombs. Although, judging by that map, there could be a lot... there could be a lot of walkable area here. Potentially. Probably not all of it. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. This guy is in a pretty favorable position to get a plunging attack. If you don't let him get his owl going, if you don't allow him to actually summon his friends, then you know, maybe he's not so scary. And maybe that's what we have been doing wrong, is we've been trying to snipe him from afar instead of just getting up in his face. Because these guys, realistically, if one at a time, if taken on one at a time, are not so bad. That's the key. The key, though, is one at a time. The R2 move, I like the R2 move, the guillotine. It's cool, but it doesn't really have too much range. So if they take a step back, you're gonna be missing a fair bit of the time. One more blessing spoon here, and then we will drink our FP flask. Let's keep going down this way. Wait a second. I do see some red mane soldiers here. There are some red mane soldiers in addition to the big zombie dogs. And now they've given us the ability to summon. And there is also a Stake of America. So this is a more consequential battlefield. Potentially. Maybe we will do this before we head to the west. So now we have the ability to summon. Yo. Oh, okay. There's a pre-scripted. We needed to get close enough for this for everything to kick into action. Because I was wondering, I was like, why are the red mane soldiers just hanging out, watching? Why are they just letting they're just letting these doggos do whatever they want? Turns out they were lying in wait. So we'll let them do their thing. And I don't want to do the Albinorics again. Our dumpy head friends are cool, but I want to mix it up. I want to try... Do I go back to the Fanged Imp Ashes? Do we try... We have so many things to upgrade. So many potential options to upgrade. Have we done the Twin Sage Sorcery yet? Let's try this guy. Why did I skip past him there? All right, we can... Let's bring out the Twin Sage. I don't know if we've done this guy before. He does not hesitate, though. No hesitation. Hesitation is defeat. Okay, who's next? Who's next, since you're so eager to fight? Take your pick. I kind of like letting, you know, the battlefield play out. So, I don't know. I'm always a little bit maybe too indecisive as to when to insert myself into a battle that both of these are my, you know, mortal enemies. Is it really a bad idea to just let them take themselves out? At the same time, they are doing so little damage, they are taking forever. I only have so much patience. I can't wait around all day, you know? That was a terrible roll. Get off of my friend. That is my summon. Don't you touch. Don't you think about touching him. Man, they keep they keep breaking the stance, but not taking advantage because you don't do any damage, and you're a dingus AI as well. That's the other problem that you've got. You're just a hollow. you don't know when a gift horse is staring you in the mouth. Was that Twin Sage? I thought I saw a magic attack landing over here. Did that Twin Sage sorcerer, like, launch a meteor from the sky? God damn it. I'm running into the fire. What am I doing? Alright, get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Have we cleared the place out? Is that all she wrote? Red mains and rotting dogs. Name a more iconic duo. I think we have cleared out the place. There might be some chests or something around. But I think it's time to bid farewell to our Twin Sage Sorcerer. Some loot over here. Some mushrooms. We're getting smoldering butterflies. We're getting mushrooms. The favorite stock of our friends in the red mane friends in the Caelid wilds. We've been on this bridge before. We have returned, sort of returned to the scene of the crime, and at some point we are going to resume this battle out in the dunes. And of course, we need to explore Redmane Castle more fully. Lots of stuff to do. But it's not going to be yet. Not ready to go there just yet. I gotta be in the right frame of mind to resume the dance with Radon. But we can check around this previously unexplored territory. And we can fry some birds. Was there anything... There are some spots on this bridge that sort of feel like you could fall down. Let's maybe explore the bridge, I guess. I was a little worried about this bridge crossing it on foot last time. I just didn't know exactly what was going to happen. You You never know when a dragon is gonna come flying out of the sky, or if there's gonna be catapults launching at you. And at one point in time, I think that may have been the case, given the state of everything else in the area. This is kind of a war zone. I'm just wondering, could I get down to... I don't see any loot on any of these lower parts of the bridge, so I'm not... probably not supposed to go down there. Okay, that's all we're gonna do in this direction. It's time to head back and explore, take on that dude with the flaming spear, you know? See what is going on with him. Maybe use an oil pot. See what happens with that. Did I hear somebody? I did hear somebody. Oh, you can climb up this tower. All right, there's more to do. There's more to do. Let's engage in a bit of sniping, though. I have no qualms about taking you out from a distance. Especially because that's the game you're trying to play. No problems with that. We had a tower like this on the other side that we explored, except I don't think we could climb up to it from the ground. We had to fall down onto it. Radon Soldier Gauntlets. Very similar looking to a lot of the other various hollow gauntlets that we've picked up. Slowly adding more and more to our collection, our Fashion Souls collection. That one's going to be one of the less noteworthy options in the grand scheme of things. I love it when the dudes with the spears try to come at you with the... And when I say love it, I mean I am pissed off when they try to hit you with the Maldron the Assassin running charge. It's such an annoying move. Arrow's Sting Talisman. Probably not a talisman we're going to be using, but we'll find out here. What is this for? Why can you climb up here? I guess this is on the other tower. The roof here was open. It's the retractable roof, which I don't think we have any control over. I don't think there's a lever, unless I've missed something, that actually opens that up. Not that that would do anything. So we will check this talisman, though. Carried by soldiers long ago, a talisman depicting 3 iron arrows raises attack power of arrows and bolts. Very simple and straightforward. So there's an option to give you some synergy or some cohesion to a bow build. Let's check out the Greatsword Memorial that I saw up here. And there's apparently a scarab somewhere. That reminds me that we heard a scarab over in that direction as well. We know the scarabs can be a little sneaky sometimes, hanging out on like sides of walls. Nope. Didn't quite get the magma guillotine that I wanted there. But it's fine. We get an Ash of War Cragblade. Ooh, I love that artwork. Cragblade. Sounds gravity-oriented. It looks like one of Radon's great swords, actually. Grants the heavy affinity and gives Cragblade skill that manipulates gravity. Bury the armament in the ground, pulling rocks from the earth to reinforce it. That's sick, dude. Increases attack power and makes it easier to break enemy stance. You can use it on all melee armaments except whips. No gravity whips, huh? What's up with that? That is the move that Radon is so fond of. The Star Scourge conflict. Radon alone holds Sellia secure and stands tall to shatter the stars. Stands tall to shatter the stars. Is this dude literally protecting the place from meteor showers? This definitely makes me want to check out Sellia. I was already thinking about potentially, you know, as we progress through today, we might be making our way up into the town of Sorcery. It would feel like potentially a natural progression. We'll see. We'll see. Radon alone holds Sellia secure. These greatsword memorials are pretty fascinating. There's a lot of like so much of the lore you have to, you know, take note of what they're saying. Take note of what they give you and then check back in on it later because it may not completely make sense. That's a four-toed foul foot though. It may not completely make sense right then and there. But it's gonna make sense eventually. Hopefully. I'm out of magic. Whoa, that's an interesting move. Hello. Hello. Woo, okay. Dude had some stylish moves that just happened to not connect, fortunately for us. No special loot. Sometimes you get spells and various things from those knights, which tend to stand out, or feel like they stand out from the rest of the bunch. I'm definitely in a more zealous bird hunting mode today. We are getting the foulfoots to drop. That's good. How many of those do we have now? We have 20. Okay. All right. I feel like that's pretty good stock. And we'll just, right now, while it's on my mind, we'll go ahead and top off at least what we can. We can carry around 10 of these things. Feels pretty good to keep staying in that neighborhood. And we are making our way here down, I think, to a catacombs. Oh, there's a big bird there. I just realized. Are there any others hanging around? Okay, let me just take a moment here to make sure I didn't miss anything. Here's the catacombs. I was wondering where the statue that points the way. The guide and gatekeeper. Not that. I want to focus on, well, okay. I'll focus on that if I have to. If you're not gonna let me, target elsewhere, I guess I have no choice to get my somber smithing stone core. Dang it. Nice. I love me the magma guillotine against those fools. They don't know how to handle it. There was a rock in my way. Alrighty, alrighty. We're really getting the lay of the land. We have a good sense now of what's going on in Caelid. We'll open the catacomb doors there momentarily. We're just gonna poke the last little corner back here. Make sure there is no sneaky, super sneaky loot hiding anywhere. I think this is the end of the line. All right, cool. Into the... What number catacombs is this, I wonder? How many catacombs have we been to? Quite a few. Definitely more than our fair share. And we have just straight up the Caelid Catacombs. Let's go. Caelid Catacombs, I think we want to level up. I think I want to level up. Let's get ourselves, let's see. 4,300. 4,300. 4,300. We could do 32 and we could do 44. Two of these. And one of these. There we go. And we get... I think we get another point in vigor. Am I tempted enough to... I wasn't really that thrilled with that Dragon Communion spell, if I'm being honest. Was not super thrilled. I was expecting more from the ability to be able to jump and spew fire. And it just kinda, you know, it's cool, I guess, but yeah, I'd rather just get more hit points. More hit points, please. I think that's a good move for us. So let's get that leveled up, and then let's head into... Get it going here in the Catacombs. The Caelid Catacombs. The one and only official Caelid Catacombs. Oh, boy. There's Rot. It's Caelid Catacombs. Did you think there was going to be anything different? Did you really expect there to not be Rot in the stinking Caelid Catacombs? What do we have going on here? So the Rot there is in the middle, but there are spots on the side where we don't have any Rot. What we do have, though, are these stupid plants. The stupid plants that spew the Rot. A Grave Glovewort 4. I will take it. Probably would not be a bad idea for us to go level up some Spirit Ashes. Poison, Rot, and Skellies. I do have Holy Pots down here. Actually, no, I took Holy Pots off. How could I? Did I switch those out for throwing daggers? Did I really do that? I have 2 Holy Water Pots. How could I do such a thing? What is wrong with me? Yeah. I have too many items. Too many items on my quick items. We don't need the magic protection right now. We've still not used these beast lure pots. We could probably use these on these stupid things out here in Caelid, couldn't we? That's really what I should be doing. My God. It's just there's too many things to use in a game like Elden Ring. There's too many things to keep track of. Beast lure pots. Beast lure pots. I need to like put a post-it note in the middle of my monitor so I don't forget to do the beast lure. Big plant. Oh, that is giving... that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to do Flame Grant Me Strength and then get to cooking here. Because there's a safe spot behind the big Miranda plant where we cannot... the Scarlet Rot does not build up on us. Great. There were 2 Grave Glovewort back here, huh? And of course we get our usual Miranda outer. Oh, there are safe spots here, like right on the side. There are these safe spots. Do I care about going back for that skeleton? Not at the moment. Not so much. Everything just becomes so much more of a headache when you have to wait around in Scarlet Rot, doesn't it? But there are these little... They're very small. Way too small, if you ask me. But there are, nonetheless, very small safe spots to stand upon. Okay, here's our boss door. We just barely avoided the Scarlet Rot. Boss door. And, alright. So we've missed something. There's a sus wall or some other... something that we have missed. So let's go looking for it. Ah, here we go. No! Okay, that looked like a tunnel. That looked like a tunnel. There's a plant. There is a plant down there. Oh, we're in one of these situations where the Scarlet Rot continually builds up. Maybe that was because... No, it's because we rolled around in it or something, or we spent enough time in the rot. All right, what have I missed here? What have I missed? Sus wall somewhere or down here? Okay, there are sus walls. Oh my god. Holy shit. Miranda sprout ashes? Hold on, get me the hell out of here. Get me out of here. I need a drink. And I need to... Oh my god, the Scarlet Rot. This is getting a little overwhelming, if I'm being honest. A little overwhelming. There's a reason that poison swamps are just like my hated part. Always my hated part, no matter what it is. Absolutely hate. Did that guy came back to life? I thought I stopped him from. We need to do. Hold on. We have a spell that deals with this stuff. We have a spell that can deal with this nonsense. Good lord. Okay, we found a sus wall. Now, how many other sus walls are there? How many others are there to be found? That's what we need to figure out. Because there has to be... Maybe there doesn't have to be. It's possible I've missed something else. But it feels like there is a sus wall or something that I have missed. Now we have to keep curing. Man, imagine if you did not have this flame cleanse me. How annoying would this fucking Caelid Catacombs be? Are you serious? How would you do it? How the hell would you do it? Especially when the shit keeps building up, even when you're not in it anymore. What have we missed here? Something I have missed. Something, somewhere. This is already back at the beginning. Random shit dying, I'll take it. Okay, this is strange. I'm only doing that to spend my mana so I can drink. And holy shit, what am I missing? There's got to be like a sus wall in the poison rot, in the scarlet rot that I haven't. I must have missed rolling into something. Like it's over. Is it right there to the left? Is that what it is? Or is there something? We'll find it here. Don't worry, we're gonna find it. I've just overlooked something. Something very probably obvious to you all. And I'm just being a dingus. This room also, I don't feel amazing that I have actually scoured its entirety. Definitely haven't killed everything in there. That's for sure. Wow, this might be, what the fuck? What the fuck? Was that open before? Did I need to kill all the plants? Was that all I needed to do? I think it might have been as simple as killing all the plants. Okay, we got there. Took us long enough, but we got there. And it is now time to take on the boss. And we're gonna do all our buffs like we normally do. Our Scarlet Rot is slowly going down. How much do you want to bet that this boss is going to be Scarlet Rot oriented? Or the floor, the entire boss room, or most of the boss room is going to be covered in Scarlet Rot. Oh, this place is lovely. I absolutely hate it. Should have drank my flask before I came in here, but we got a cemetery shade. And it has no health, just like most cemetery shades, but it does crazy shit. So you never know for sure. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, that was actually very tame. Considering the aesthetic that we had survived and waded through to get here, I'll take that boss any day of the week. There weren't 100 ads in the room either. It didn't do the green sticky grab you and suck your brains out move. Yeah, it went all buck wild with its whatever it was doing. But otherwise, it's okay. I have noticed the name on this. I've seen both the picture and the name. Oh, we have another set of ashes that we grabbed that I didn't see. 2 sets of ashes to check out here. Let's first check out the Miranda Sprout ashes. Summons 5 Miranda Sprout spirits. Summoning consumes HP rather than FP. That's a new one. Spirits of sweet little Miranda flowers. Don't you guys know? They're just sweet. Sweet little flowers. Carnivorous blossoms. How can you say those two things at the same time? Just sweet little carnivorous blossoms that feed upon human flesh. They creep slowly, scattering toxic pollen. Vulnerable to fire. Do take care of the little darlings. Who wrote this? Who fucking wrote this? We also have Kindred of Rot Ashes. Okay, we know the names now of the Squidward enemies. Kindred of Rot. That is a way cooler sounding name than they deserve. Some interesting looking lore here though. This spirit takes the form of a crawling pest. Checks out. Its chitinous body, making a dry rustling sound. That's the word, chitinous. Attacks enemies by secreting sticky threads. The Kindred of Rot are the servants of the Goddess of Rot. Servants that have been forsaken. Gee, I wonder why. I don't suppose it has anything to do with the whole chitinous crawling pest sticky thread business. Oh, man. Some of these summons, some of these things, it's gonna, there's the memory of being whisked away to the Sellia Crystal Tunnel. It's one of those formative moments in at least my Elden Ring playthrough. And so, on top of the fact that I have the irrational fear of earwigs that I do, it's just a little too much for me. Thank you very much. I don't know that I'm going to be investing any of my precious Glovewort in Kindred of Rot. I do love it, though, when we discover the actual canonized name of an enemy. That part is cool. What we're going to do is we're going to head over to the vendor, the merchant, which we have visited before, but it has been a while. And I want to remind myself what you have in stock. Dude, there is another rock. It's not a, it's probably not a rock. There is something else here that looks like a skull or part of a skull. Where was the other one? I think the other one is it up there? We need to get a closer look at these. I think it's hidden behind. We also have this fortification to check out. It looks like the same asset as the back in Limgrave. So there's the very start of the game, like the fortification that leads up into Stormhill. There's also a church over there in the distance, but and there's a minor Erd tree. There's all kinds of wonderful stuff. But there's probably going to be a little section in the upper level of that we can make our way around to. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let's go back to the merchant. Check in with the the man in black over here. We really didn't trade in the first place, but sure. Oh right, you have the Solar Helm, and you have Nephili's outfit, or Horolo's outfit. That's somebody who we could find out here. It would make a lot of sense for us to run into Nephili somewhere. Gravity's advantage. And you have a stone sword. Oh, you have a cracked pot. Okay, we'll get that. I don't know why we didn't buy that before. I might have been out of money. And I didn't feel like dipping into the piggy bank. We have 8 stone sword keys. Not in a hurry to buy that. What does this one give us? The nomadic 15 gives us rot bone arrows and bolts. Also, not in a super hurry. But I will take the occasion to make note of the fact that those items are here in stock. All right, those have been noted, added to the notes. The completionist in me, of course, is going to grab those down the road.
You will.
No reason to spend our runes on that just this second. Where are we going to go? More of these guys. More of the big birdies. I guess we sort of start heading up in this direction. I think that makes sense. I may not be in love with the idea, but it makes enough sense, right? Like, these guys are a handful. Enough of a handful. They just make you a little uneasy. You're a little bit anxious about dealing with the what do we call them? The rotted crows, the rotted dogs, the rotted crows. They're all such a fun bunch. Oh, that's a death bird. I don't remember them ever just being there before, though. Haven't they always, like, appeared out of thin air? I don't remember if I've ever seen one just roaming around. At least that's how it's felt. Boy, those wings look pretty dang cool. All right, well, we know how to deal with death birds. Oh, wait, this is a death right bird. What? Hold on here. This is something a little bit different. This is a death right bird. He's not as easy to hit. And he's not as easy to kill. Oh my goodness. Wow, I was not expecting this kind of a challenge. A death right bird. Okay, we still do a reasonable amount of damage, but we need to be a little bit more careful. And we're gonna run out of holy pots here if we're not careful. So I should be utilizing other things. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize the death that was coming toward me. I'm stuck up against the freaking wall. Take cover. Take cover. I'm out of regular flasks, so I need to rely on my trickle heal here. I sort of inadvertently kited him out of the range. I kited him out of his aggro radius. That was a little bit unintentional. Inadvertent cheese. I'll try to make up for it here. I'll give you a free hit. All right, well, we finally got a handful with the death birds. It took us to find a whole different style of death bird, a death right bird. No! No! What the hell? No! What in the actual... Goddamn. That felt like a stun lock. There was apparently frostbite fire on the ground that I couldn't get out of. I was spamming the roll. I was spamming those rolls and it wasn't working. Wow. Well, that took a complete turn. A complete turn for the worst. And it's such a funny thing how expectations work. When you frame expectations, how you think a situation is going to transpire, and then when what happens is just 1,000% different. It is well, it throws you for a loop. And that's what happened there, because all of a sudden I realized, holy shit, I've got my hands full. I'm gonna fucking die to this guy. We need to reapportion flasks. Let's start with that. We need to come up with a different game plan. A different game plan. More holy pots would be pretty good. And I think that's what we're gonna do. That's the game plan, is holy pots. It still boils down to holy pots. That guy, though, jumps around a lot more than the previous Deathbirds. He does frostbite. He has dark magic. It might be, I don't know, it could be that previous Deathbirds had those sorts of moves, and we just, you know, completely cheese the fights by just throwing two holy pots and having the thing being done. Okay, well, that was unfortunate. I don't know how many How many deaths is that for this episode? We've had the one... Is that our second death? I know we are quickly approaching the DS3 total death count, for whatever that's worth. That fun little milestone that we've been tracking. And we're coming up on it here, and I would not have guessed that one of those increments toward that milestone would have been from a death bird. But I guess it's not technically a death bird. It is a death rite bird. Do I want to actually spec into a holy shrouding crack tier so that we completely I think, I mean, I'm assuming that boosts our holy pot damage. I should at the very least drank that. I think I just completely forgot about it because I was just in panic mode. If we're using all holy pots, we're not going to be using that much FP. So that's all. We just go full healing there. It just sucks when you get caught off guard against an enemy and you lose a rune arc over it. I was like, okay, we've collected ourselves here. This is fine. We're stabilizing. Not so much. Not so much. And that was also having the 5/6 flask distribution. That was an instance where that comes back to bite you. Interesting. So the difficulty against some of these enemies is definitely ramping up. And we need to be ready for that eventuality. Now, the next thing I need to do is actually craft. I don't think I can sell these things. I think I just have to get rid of them. I never use these things. I never use the goddamn oil pots. So we're throwing them to the wind. Throwing them here. Dousing the Cathedral of Dragon Communion as we're about to set fire to the place. We become the arsonist here. And I want as many holy pots. I actually have 15 of these now because I bought one from the merchant. So I could do 15. I'm probably not going to need 15 against the Deathbird. That's not going to be the determining factor here. Probably. I don't really have a closer warp point, so this is what we got. Oh, except I forgot we need to make it nighttime. I'm assuming we have to make it nighttime. I would guess that a death rite bird. That's not a sight of grace. Holy shit. Holy shit. I am all out of sorts here. I think I also, you know, you get a couple hours into recording and the energy level starts to dip a little bit. I think I also was maybe feeling a little bit of the exhaustion of killing one rotted bird after a rotted dog after another, and maybe starting and wading through Scarlet Rot, starting to feel a little bit of my own brain rot. And then you get thrown into, holy shit, there's actually a dangerous open world boss that you thought you had in the bag before. Why am I sitting here? I'm sitting here because I need to pass the time. Okay, all right. Snap back to reality. And, get back in the game. Let's go. Am I going to use a rune arc right off of the bat? No. Is that a bad idea? Maybe. But I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about the Deathrite bird, I gotta say. Deathrite bird ain't screwing around. Oh, you can see it zoned in from way over here. Maybe this is the evolution, or what they've been, the previous Deathbirds are wishing and hoping to become the Deathrite bird. Is that what they were hoping for? See, what happened there? I don't know what happened there. I hesitated on throwing the... It is really hard to hit this guy. It is really hard to hit this guy. Shit. Ooh, I don't like this. I do not like this. Nightfall again. Nightfall again. It is a lot harder. You start getting used to that Rune Arc HP, and then you don't have it, and it's like, oh my god. Oh my goodness. I totally forgot to drink my Flask of Wondrous Physic again. It is also, you know, you're learning a new boss. You gotta learn the moves. Did I even get back my runes from before? We just lost our runes, didn't we? I don't even know how many I had. It was like 10k or something. We lost some runes. I just completely lost track of them. Because I'm so flustered by the Deathbird. I am legitimately pissed right now, guys. I'm on the verge of throwing all of my equipment out of the window. The computer and everything is going out the window from 2 deaths to the Death Rite bird. Okay, let's try the Holy Flask this time. In the butt. If we just hit the guy, he's not that hard. If we just hit the dang guy, he's not that hard. Just hit the stupid boss. Oh, why? Why was I on the verge of getting tilted over that? Tilted over that goddamn thing. Death's Poker. What? It's a great sword, and it has Ghost Flame Ignition. Barbed Rod, carried by Deathbirds. These birds are graveyard firekeepers. It is said they rake out the ashen remains of the dead from their kilns. And the unique skill, Ghost Flame Ignition, thrust out the barbed rod and set its tip alight with Ghost Flame. Follow up with a normal attack to set the ground ablaze with Ghost Flame, or a strong attack to trigger a massive explosion. Dude, we could actually use this if we pop a Rune Arc. But it's another one that scales with intellect. Okay, you know what? I have to know. I have to know what that looks like. We're using a Rune Arc because I have to know. I'm too curious to try out. Let's sort this by order of acquisition, please. Ghost Flame Ignition. Okay, it's not quite as cool as what the actual Deathbird was doing, where he was like he was pulling out the. There's probably a lot of enemies that have done this, but the enemy that first comes to mind is, dude, is this motherfucker? This motherfucker is throwing fucking magic pots at me. What in the hell? The nerve! The absolute freaking nerve. There's a side of grace down here. The absolute nerve of some people. I swear to God. Dude, there's fucking marionette soldiers here too? What is this place? Okay, well. What? Caelid is starting to do it to me, folks. You're getting the, we're at the Southern Aeonia Swamp Bank. And, I'm losing it. Caelid has finally done it to me. Akinar is going over the edge. It's happening. Insert "it's happening" meme. I just wanted to cast a little Ghost Flame Ignition, and then This motherfucker up on the hill. Where are you now? I can't even see you anymore. There you are. Dude, he's still staring at me. This fucking asshole. This... He's got a whole stash of... Talk about a Sen's Fortress throwback. I'm gonna find my way. I'm gonna find my way to you, and you're not gonna like it. Okay, give me back my magma sword. Give me my magma sword. I like having the simplified armaments here. I'm not gonna bring back the torch until we need it. I am going to grab my 62 runes, I guess. Am I? I don't care about my 62 runes. I could give two flips about 62 runes. What I care most about is not getting dunked on by massive magic jars. Dude, how many poor innocent jars did that guy kill in the service of his magic projectile stash? Was it really worth it? We are overlooking, I believe we are overlooking the dunes. The Wailing Dunes, I think, is what they're called. As I do a little bit more farming for Falfy, because I need something a little more on the relaxing side after what has taken place. We did end up finding both a Knight's Cavalry and a Deathbird in the same episode, but this was no ordinary Deathbird, let me tell you. That's an Arteria Leaf. Another Arteria Leaf that we may never use. We'll find out here. Okay, this guy, we've come into the aggro range of this guy, so we need to get a move on. Can he actually hit us from up? If we're like close to his position here, can he hit us? Five glass shards. Oh, my day is made. Sellia Gateway, and that is a message. That is not a site of grace. This guy is still killing shit. The Sellia Gateway. Stop by the shack. Okay, I feel like we have, that's a message that we've seen before. Something similar to that. I remember reading that, but it was a long time ago, and it was, where was it? I think it was over here, wasn't it? We ran out of the Sellia Crystal Tunnel in fear and terror, trying to forget that ever happened to us, and then we made it to the Sellia Understair, and that's where we got that that message. Let's actually go straight there. You know what? I need a little bit of a change of pace. If I'm being honest, I saw there was like a rotted dog waiting there in the field, and we've killed so many different rotted dogs and birds and all the other stuff that's going on here, and I need something a little different. And, you know, I think this is the message here. Stop by the shack beyond the southern gate. Right. Oh, there's a scarab up there. I don't remember there being a scarab. The southern gate. Beyond the southern gate. Okay. So the Sellia town of Sorcery is in this direction, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're not even gonna screw around with this guy up at the top of that. This guy who's ready to jump into action. He's at least not like any other enemy that we faced before. Wait a second. I take that all back. These are avionettes. Is this guy an avionette? I think they're both avionettes. What in the hell? Okay, I guess it sort of makes sense. We know that the marionette and the avionette soldiers are creations of Raya Lucaria, right? Yeah. There are creations of Raya Lucaria. So if this is Sellia, Town of Sorcery, I don't know for sure if we have Raya Lucarians or if we have people who would have been loyal to the Carian royalty, whatever the case may be. We have one of these barriers. However, this one is not one that we can interact with. Now, I say one of these barriers. This one, I don't know for sure if this is the same barrier that we have seen. It'd be interesting to go back to the... what am I thinking of? To go back to the converted Fringe Tower and see if that emblem that's on that... What is the name of this thing? It's not a portal. It's the opposite of a portal. It's the barrier. That's the word. I swear, there is something about playing a game, sitting down to play a game for an extended period of time and trying to narrate your thoughts. The let's play tax, I guess is what you can call it. There is just something about that sometimes my vocabulary, I don't think I have the most impressive vocabulary in the world, but I'd like to say it's above average. And I get in so many moments when all of a sudden I just don't know what words are. And I'm sitting here like, there's a very simple, easy word, barrier in this case, that I'm going for, and I just have completely forgot it. Why does the brain work that way? Okay, I'm coming back here to the table, the round table.
In this ash, I can smell the ancient stone. It reminds me of my foot.
I'm coming back here, not necessarily to do an NPC sweep, but I wanted to spend some of my runes leveling up some ashes, because we do have the ability now.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit?
I am here for spirit tuning. We have the ability now. We've leveled, or we've gathered some materials for leveling ashes, and we also have the ability to. We had the monument icon there in Sellia, Town of Sorcery. So who's going to get some love here? We could get our own Avionet soldiers. We could try out the 5 Miranda sprouts. It costs 185 HP. That's such an interesting twist on things. We could try the putrid corpse ashes. Their movements are dull and confused, but their low moans do make them effective at drawing the attention of enemies. Why don't we try these guys? Let's give them a shot. Now, I don't know if I want to go all the way to plus 4. That's where my my interest might run out. What I am going to do is I'm going to put the dumpy heads to plus 3. Dumpy heads to plus 3. We're going to put... What else? Could just go with the marionettes. Fight fire with fire. Or avionettes. We've done both of these, haven't we? Our page has been fun before. We could go with Pumpkinhead. Maybe we'll do Pumpkinhead to plus 3. Yeah, Pumpkinhead plus 3. And of course we have Latenna. Latenna is cool. Stormhawk Dean was okay. Latenna is cool and all, but man, the mobility, having her just be in one spot forever, bit of a risk, bit of a liability. Let's switch around. All right, so Warhawk is going to get switched for the Mad Pumpkinhead. And Twin Sage is getting swapped out for the Putrid Corpse Ashes. We're going to try those guys on for size. Let's get back to Sellia, Town of Sorcery, shall we? It would be cool if there were a way to just go back to, like, the last... Like, you have this shortcut to go to Round Table Hold. It would be pretty cool if there was, like, a go to the last site of grace that was not the Round Table Hold. Maybe there is, and I don't know how to do it. We need to go to Caelid, though. Sellia Understair. Back we go. And this is, you know, we are on the edge of a... The only thing about checking out the town of Sorcery here is we are potentially looking into a part of the map that we don't have, which we could have. I could just go grab it. It would be a very easy solve, a very easy fix. All right, let's summon the Future Corpse Ashes. They do appear quite a ways away from us, don't they? All right. Now, they are going to be pretty slow. It's going to be slow going as we wait around for the Putrid Corpse Ashes. I'm going to switch around my... No, I want holy pots here, please. Thank you. Okay, so there's a barrier here, but we can't interact with it. I would presume that we're going to be able to dispel it somehow. How would we do that? I'm not totally sure. But let's explore. Let's see what we can find. In Sellia, town of Sorcery. And we just, it's just like we never left, Rhea Lucaria. We never left Liurnia. We're right back where we started. These guys have the Great Sword spell, and they tried to ambush us. They are trying to ambush us. It's an ongoing active effort. So far, we are stymieing those efforts. Hopefully, we can continue to do so. Oh, I need my lantern back. No wonder it's so dark. Give me my lantern. Okay, so there's some stairs to head up eventually. We'll try to be somewhat systematic here. There is more to explore in this direction. Man, okay, so the big downside with the zombies is they are slow as hell. They almost might as well be Latenna, because they don't really move very fast. They might as well be stationary. How do we dispel these? There's loot up there. That loot on top of that building. How would I reach that? By this branch up here? By traversing across this tree branch? Oh, speaking of trees, that is a golden seed, number 2. We take it. So many unexaminable barriers. How do we dispel them? All right, I think I know how we're meant to get over to this building? Question mark? Maybe, maybe not. That's a long way to jump. Should I dismount? Maybe I shouldn't dismount. Okay. A Staff of Loss. Staff missing its glintstone. Wielded by sorcerers who believe that discovery comes through acts of asceticism. This staff only distinguishes itself when casting invisibility sorceries, but that is reason enough for some to wield it. Huh. What does that mean? Invisibility sorceries, it only distinguishes itself. How is it more effective at casting invisibility sorceries? What's up with that? A Staff of Loss. Oops, I didn't think about there being a sus wall behind me, but it didn't really look like it. So, all right, is there anything below us? Any ledges to drop down to? Doesn't seem like it. Just making sure that we have fully explored this leftward direction. Oh, my corpses are going away. Oh no. I think I'm on a lower part of the... I dropped down farther than I anticipated, so I need to find my way. Oh, that's what I did. Yeah, I went up these stairs. There are butterflies there. Okay. Aeonian butterflies. And there's some more... There's another tree branch here leading up to a rooftop. There might be more secrets to find. Okay, we got the golden seed up here. I think that is like... Oh, I see the loot that is on that roof now. Okay. But that is a little bit higher up. How? Are we falling down from there? Ooh, to get to this? Or am I just... Do I just need to be a little bit fancy with the torrent parkour? There is a dude up here. So there's the scarab over there, but there's also this guy who looks like a new form of marionette soldier. I think I saw him out. I saw him out where that big troll was throwing the pots at us. Or he was nearby. I might be able to do this parkour if I was really good at the game, but I also think we're meant to get there over from one of these other rooftops. So we'll see if we can do that. Man, this place is confusing. Dude is just whacking me with a staff. Dude was just like pistol whipping me, but with a staff. That was embarrassing. So Mikola's Lily. Any of these sus walls? It might not have been the best idea to explore here at nighttime. I am somewhat regretting that decision. It wasn't a conscious decision, I guess. And it's a decision that we could, you know, reverse if we wanted to. Maybe we just have to clear out some more enemies. My corpses, I have no idea where my putrid corpses are. How did that dog not die? I thought for sure this dog was dead. Excuse me. Sellia, town of sorcery. I think I prefer the Raya Lucaria folks much better when I can just see them. This whole phasing in and out of existence, I'm over it already. Just let me see the dang enemy, please. Can I jump up to that rooftop? Maybe. Aeonian butterfly. I see a guy up here that I would... The game wants me to lock onto the enemy that's on the ground. I'm looking at the enemy that's on the roof. I see actually several enemies on the roof. And I see a ladder up there at the highest point of the town. And I see another ladder there. So maybe there's two highest points of the town. Okay, we got some ground to cover here. We gotta get things going. What's this way? Is this the end of the town? Oh, this is the entrance in. Is there a shack out here? There's supposed to be a shack to the south, isn't there? I am not seeing a shack. And my corpses are about to disappear, but at the same time, they're not exactly bringing very much to the table, if we're being honest. Okay, scarab that I'm hearing is actually... There is actually... Oh, it's the big scarab! It's the big scarab. Okay. I totally forgot to redo my flasks. Okay. Something tells me that that guy, that scarab refills a lot more than just 1 or 2 flasks, whatever the previous scarabs have done, or the normal scarabs. Something tells me. Man, I really forgot to redo my flask distribution, so that it's a good thing that I have just been going around on horseback killing everybody with melee attacks, because I have no mana to spare. Oh, wait, is this the shack? Where is the shack that is supposed to have some lovely items for us? Oh, I see it. I see the shack. It is hiding in the mist. Okay. We will get there eventually. I kind of want to focus the rest of our time, the limited time that we do have. I'd like to try to clear out the town of Sorcery. That might be a taller task than what I am thinking it may be, but we're gonna try. Well, the first objective is to try to get on these rooftops. Can I just jump up here with Torrent? I can. Okay, so that was easier than... Whoa! Oh my god. Did that guy just yeet himself off the roof? He certainly did. Where was the other... This guy here. Okay, I will use a little bit of magic. Do a little bit of sniping. We could snipe the scarab as well, maybe. A stone sword key. Cool. Aye! Damn it. The hell is going on? Neither one of us can hit the broadside of a barn. Sometimes this curved sword and its attack angles. I totally... I turned around and apparently was headed in the wrong direction. So I fell off the roof. I fell off the roof. What I need to do is this. There we go. Let's climb the ladder. There's a lot of loot in different spots that I'm seeing, but I wanted to get up here. Light flame. Okay. A seal was broken in town somewhere. Got it. Okay, that is our mechanic. Now, there have been so many seals. Did that really only just break one of the seals? Wow, this actually might be... This might be a whole... This... Trying to clear out the Sellia town of Sorcery. This might be more than I bargained for right now. And also, that scarab might be bigger than I thought it was. Maybe not. Ash of War, a double slash. Okay, we'll check that out here in a moment. Oh, okay. One of the things I noticed as I was climbing down the ladder was I was looking across at the far... I was looking across at this door and thinking to myself, huh, there's a really big door over here at the end of the town. That feels like a boss door. We've been there already. It had the golden seed next to it. So maybe the town... I thought I hadn't explored there, and I was thinking, man, this place is much more massive than I realized. Maybe not so much. I have no idea where my zombies are. My putrid corpses are nowhere to be found. They're around here somewhere. Oh, wait a second. There's a painting here. There is a painting nearby. Why in the world is there a painting stashed over here? That feels so random. Red mane painting. What? Red mane painting. There's my zombies, by the way. Red mane painting. Painter said to have captured the landscape scene at the last moment of those welcomed into death's embrace. Is that overlooking the Wailing Dunes? Is that where that is? Poison grease. Lovely. Poison grease. Dude, there are so many like twists and turns and different alleyways. This place is a nightmare for somebody who is trying to cover every square inch. Let's recheck some of these doors that were blocked previously. See if any of those have opened. The problem is I'm not totally sure what all were barriers and what were not. There was a barrier over here, I think. Oh, I think this one's opened. Ah. Chest. Spelldrake Talisman +1. We're already getting +1 talismans? Wow. Greatly boost magical damage negation. I mean, I might put that on right now. That might not be the worst thing to do. If we're not casting that many spells, let's do that. Because I didn't mean to take it off. If we're here in the town of Sorcery, why not? Depicting a duo of blue ancient dragons. Greatly boost magic damage negation. The ancient dragons, it is the same text as the regular Drake talismans. The ancient dragons who ruled in the prehistoric era before the Erd Tree would protect their lord as a living wall of rock. A wall of living rock. I really wish my I kind of had a feeling the zombies were going to be doing what they were doing. I sort of walked right into that one, by the way. That dude appeared like right below my sight line. So by the time I realized that he was standing in the way of me getting my butterflies, it was too late. Ah, it does open multiples. Okay. It does open multiples. That makes sense, because there are a lot of... Oh, shit! Imbued sword key. Yo! Ah, that's exciting. Oh my god. We get to see what the crumbling lands are. Now, is that gonna help us in, like, resolving our mysteries in Liurnia? Probably not. Is it gonna get us a key that opens the chest in Renala's room? Probably not. Crumbling lands, though. I am so lost. I am so lost. I don't know where the hell I'm going. How do I get up to that item? I probably need... to navigate these rooftops. Probably need to navigate Do I need to climb all the way? I think I need to go all the way up this way. This is all of a sudden, I'm realizing this is kind of like, this is kind of like, oh, there's actually just a ladder here. This is a bit reminiscent of the beginning of the Ringed City DLC. The portion that had all those different tree branches and such that you would navigate through. Has it dispelled? It looks like it has dispelled the barrier next to the golden seed. It was just very, very slowly dispelling. Very, very slowly. Oh, there's a piece of loot there as well. This is actually a pretty good vantage point. We've lit the flame there. We've lit the flame here. Is that it? Are there any more? Well, there's one more over there. Oh, I didn't see this guy. Hello. Got like a tree guardian up here. Tree sentinel style dude hanging out, watching over with the Erd tree's blessing bestowed upon the crew. Okay, that's one more barrier that we need. I feel like there were so many barriers that that we saw. There were definitely more than 3. So lighting 3 flames is going to open more than just 3 doors. We already saw that the first one opened like 2 of them. Cerulean Tear Scarab. Slightly increases the recovery effects of the Flask of Cerulean Tears, but increases damage taken. Wow, talk about the most useless scarab that you can think of. Maybe, I guess I haven't, well, we downgraded our mind. We lost our mind. When we did the respec, we took away so many points from mind that even with using a rune arc, we're not at the same... We don't have the same... even close to the same FP that we had before, so we're really nowhere near... Oh, I see how we get up there. I see how we do it. We're nowhere near actually... Here's one of them. Here's one of them. We are nowhere near actually getting full value from our cerulean flasks. So that scarab is going to sit on the shelf for a very long time. Let's check the night comment. One of the night sorceries of Sellia, Town of Sorcery, fires a semi-invisible magic comet. This sorcery can be cast repeatedly and, while in motion, the Sellian sorcerers were assassins, and it is said that they often hunted their fellows. So maybe this is one of those invisible spells that this, not this thing. Where'd it go? Staff of Loss, there it is. Maybe this is what synergizes with that. We did also pick up this double slash. Forming a crossing, slash attack from a low stance. The sun's coming out. The sun is coming out. And it's time to head up to this formerly closed... Oh, there's a site of grace here. All I said, oh, as in realizing that it's leading out of town, I think is what's happening here. Because this is off the map, right? This is the border of the map. This is the edge of the map here. This is called Sellia Backstreets. Tell me why. The Sellia Backstreets. Something to be explored another time. How am I able to walk on that? Torrent? How? Just how? All right. I may off camera do a full backtrack of the town before all the enemies respawn to find out what else I have opened up. But I think that this is the last gate where the seal needed to be broken. And now we get to see, maybe there's a boss behind this door. Or a fog gate behind this door. Oh, that was a farther fall than I realized. But it was fine. Am I seeing fog door lighting? I am seeing fog gate lighting. Look at that. Look at that. There is a boss. There is a boss. Oh, brilliant. Just what I was hoping for. Also, this is a place here that we have not been in a very, very, very long time, but we have been here before. The Sellia Crystal Tunnel. We're in combat. We can't check the map. Okay, folks. I'm exhausted. And so this is where we're going to wrap up this installment of Elden Ring. I'm sure you would all love to see me walk through this fog gate. But that's going to be for another time. Maybe next time, maybe we will start with that fog gate, but I am not in a frame of mind to tackle that at this moment. I am just barely hanging on as it is. But I think we have fully made it through the Sellia town of Sorcery. It wasn't quite as bad as I was fearing it might be as we got into it, and I realized just how many twists and turns this town holds. I suppose, you know, one thing we could do, as I did say we were going to wrap up, but we could quickly run to the shack. Ooh, there's the doggy, though. Can we avoid the doggy? Can we get to the shack without attracting the attention of the doggo? Or is the doggo there to protect the shack inhabitant? Oh my god. Cavalry's shack. Whoa. Whoa. Look at this dude. What is going on here? You are wearing an outfit that I think we have. It's like the frenzied outfit or something. The Sage Hood. There you go. Tire of the wise sages who were deemed heretical. Evidence that the wearer was driven from town. Maybe that, you know, you are living out here in a shack.
Oh, a pleasure to see you. A pleasure indeed. I am Gary, a great sage. In my day, anyway. I'd hoped to ask a favor when one of your ilk came along. A strapping young tarnished, able to cross the scarlet swamp of Aeonia. Don't fret, I'll provide fine recompense. Should you accept, I will teach you the secret of Sellia, the town you see there.
Well, you know that I'm not gonna turn that down. We are, as you said, a strapping young tarnished. We hear all the requests.
Ah, then you are willing to lend a hand, are you? I need your help to heal a certain young girl. Her name is Millicent. You will find her beyond Sellia, resting at the church atop the cliff, stricken by the rotting sickness.
I see. Millicent.
The rotting sickness that afflicts Millicent has no cure. When the Erd Tree flourished, even the demigods could not stave off its effects, despite their nigh godhood. But Millicent's suffering can be ameliorated. For this, you are to find a certain needle. Seek the deep scarlet swamp of Aeonia outside Sellia's bounds. The needle, made from unalloyed gold, is lost somewhere there.
So you're telling me we gotta find a needle in a swamp stack?
First, you must find the unalloyed gold needle. It's hidden somewhere in the deep scarlet swamp of Aeonia. Then I will tell you, as promised, the secret of the town of Sellia. First, it's hidden somewhere. Then I will... The secret.
Got it. Millicent, uncurable scarlet rot, but also unalloyed gold needle. And that is where we will wrap up this installment of Elden Ring as we look forward, as we have now a nice, we have whetted our appetites with a couple different threads. We have a golden fog gate. Are any fog gates in this game not golden? Don't tell me. We have a unalloyed gold needle and a swamp to find. I'm glad we didn't start with the swamp. I obviously did not know that we were going to get a request to explore the swamp, but it makes going into the swamp at least a little less foreboding. Not my favorite place to explore in any game. The poison swamp is never the place you want to be, but when you've got a horse, you're not the one getting your feet doused in scarlet rot. Maybe you did, and maybe that's why you ended up here in the state that you're in, whatever that may be. But Cavalry, we will be embarking on Cavalry's mission next time, and we will hopefully be learning the actual secret to the town of Sorcery. There is a secret to be learned from Sellia, town of Sorcery. What is up here? What is this? There's some sort of lever or contraption up in that building up there that we need to check out next time as well. Let me mark that. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking in the wrong direction. It's up here. Is it this building? Is that the building? That's not the building. I don't know what building I'm talking about. We're going to make note of it one way or the other and try to uncover its secrets and find a needle and brave a swamp and a fog gate and find Millicent and all these wonderful things next time. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.